to the giant creatures that dominated Earth 60 million years ago if they still existed today. Hello everyone from Enigmatic Echoes. Dear friends, Titanoboa, which lived 60 million years ago, is believed to have been longer than a bus and as thick as a tree trunk. It was the apex predator of the Paleocene epoch, dominating the tropical forests of South America with its superior size and strength. With a length of nearly 15 meters and weighing over 1 ton, Titanoboa was 3 times longer and dozens of times heavier than the giant South American anacondas that once instilled fear in river-dwelling communities. Fortunately, this creature, as if from a science fiction movie, went extinct 58 million years ago. However, let's imagine altering history a bit to see what would happen to humans and other animals on Earth. If the most formidable crawling creature in history had never gone extinct and still existed today. Let's explore some other giant monsters that were once considered rulers of Earth for hundreds of millions of years and today. The terrifying power of the largest snake in Earth's history. With sharp eyes, a massive body, and an instinct for hunting, the giant snake Titanoboa, the largest snake in Earth's history, was truly a terror to its contemporaries. In 2009, a team of North American scientists led by Dr. Jason Head from the University of Toronto discovered fossils of 28 Titanoboa individuals in the Cerrejón region of northern Colombia. By comparing the size and shape of Titanoboa's fossilized vertebrae, scientists determined that the largest specimen among the 28 was about 12 to 15 meters long. With a body length of approximately 13 meters, weighing over 1.3 tons, and measuring 1 meter wide at its thickest point, Titanoboa is the largest snake ever discovered in Earth's history. Moreover, Titanoboa was the largest terrestrial vertebrate after the extinction of the dinosaurs. Research, Earth. Before Titanoboa, the largest known snake was Gigantophus, which lived about 39 million years ago in Egypt and was at least 10 meters long. And to this day, the largest surviving snake species are the reticulated python with a length of about 9 meters and the anaconda with a length of about 7.5 meters. According to Carlos Jaramillo, a paleontologist at the Smithsonian Tropical Research Institute, Cerrejón in Colombia was the perfect habitat for Earth's ancient tropical rainforest ecosystem. With such a favorable environment, the lord of the tropical forest at that time, Titanoboa, had the opportunity to develop his body and highly skilled hunting techniques. Titanoboa could easily feast on crocodiles, giant turtles, and many other smaller snakes. Even more, they were not afraid to fight and digest the giant crocodilian Prehistoric, deadly death grip. Titanoboa could easily crush a giant turtle's shell completely. To other prehistoric creatures, Titanoboa was nicknamed the terrifying foreign invader of the swampy lands. So the question is, if this giant creature still existed today, what would happen to the small humans on Earth? It's hard to imagine that terrifying scenario. What would happen if humans and dinosaurs coexisted? If the dinosaurs that once dominated Earth had not gone extinct and still existed today, things might be different. In the movie Jurassic Park, humans were able to resurrect dinosaurs, the animals that once ruled Earth. And we also saw how dinosaurs could terrify humanity. Humans are currently the dominant species on Earth, even though human size is not the largest. Nor are we the most dangerous predators, but humans possess superior intelligence. Thanks to this, we can subdue even the most formidable carnivores like tigers, leopards, and lions. However, if the dinosaurs that once dominated Earth had not gone extinct and still existed today, things might be different. Dinosaurs went extinct due to an asteroid impact with Earth about 65 million years ago. And after the dinosaurs were wiped out, many other animal species had the opportunity to develop. So what would happen if dinosaurs had never gone extinct? Although it's difficult to answer this question precisely, Scientists have proposed some possible scenarios for an Earth teeming with these giant animals. Dinosaurs were large animals, so they needed a massive amount of food each day. Lucky for the carnivorous dinosaurs because they had an abundant food source in the herbivorous dinosaurs. However, for the herbivores, their future wasn't so bright. Herbivorous dinosaurs were the largest animals on land. A dreadnoughtus dinosaur could weigh up to 65 tons. And the common herbivorous dinosaur Diplodocus could also weigh up to 20 tons. According to scientists' calculations, a Diplodocus could consume about 1 ton of plants per day. That is a very large number, especially when compared to other animal species. Plus, the changing natural conditions could lead to the depletion of plants on Earth. And when plants disappear, that means no living organisms could survive on Earth anymore. During the era when dinosaurs dominated the Earth, mammals still lived in small burrows. Thanks to that, they were not greatly affected when the meteor collided with Earth. When dinosaurs went extinct, mammals had the opportunity to come out and develop further. If things had not happened that way and dinosaurs still existed, mammals would have to continue living in burrows. Similar to rodents today. It's possible that mammals would still exist and evolve alongside dinosaurs, but they would be on the fringes of evolution, meaning they could not thrive strongly. These animals would not be able to move freely due to the threat from large carnivorous dinosaurs. Prehistoric humans once coexisted with large animals like mammoths, even hunting them for meat and many other spoils. Therefore, if humans could coexist with dinosaurs, it would be an evenly matched battle. Dinosaurs had large sizes and predatory instincts, but humans had intelligence, dexterity, and especially inventions like fire, arrows, spears, and traps. Thus, there is still a possibility that humans and dinosaurs could coexist on Earth. And if humans developed as they do today, there would certainly be no chance for dinosaurs to survive against humans. Humans are the only species that knows how to skillfully use tools, especially weapons. If the meteor impact did not kill the dinosaurs, some other reason would have caused these large animals to go extinct. According to the laws of evolution, animal species must adapt to survive. Dinosaurs had difficulty adapting to the environment. They could not fly, swim underwater, or hide in caves. Any environmental changes directly affected these animals. Volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, tsunamis, ice ages, all these natural phenomena could cause dinosaurs to go extinct. For that reason, to survive, some dinosaur species had to shrink in size, develop the ability to fly and become similar to today's birds. The only possibility is that underwater dinosaurs were the least affected by these disasters. To this day, scientists still cannot explain why underwater dinosaurs also went extinct. Thus, for some reason, dinosaurs would still go extinct or evolve into smaller sizes to survive. Therefore, humans would still dominate the Earth with their intelligence. And if dinosaurs still existed today, they would just be ordinary animals like any others. Unless they had special intelligence as in the movie Zura Shakua, then they could become a threat to humanity. If megalodon sharks had not gone extinct, what would Earth be like? An ancient creature lurking in the depths of the ocean, twice the size of a T-Rex, its massive jaws could easily crush a car. Megalodon sharks actually went extinct over 2 million years ago. But currently, many people still believe this giant shark species still exists. So what would happen if they had never gone extinct? If megalodon still existed, they certainly would not live in the Mariana Trench as many speculate. That is because this prehistoric shark species hated cold waters. Fossil evidence from megalodon shows they preferred shallow, warmer waters and would inhabit areas with abundant large prey to sustain their population. And very likely, their habitats would be the Mediterranean Sea, California, and the coasts of Australia, the Caribbean, Florida, and the US. If these predators appeared, they could ruin human beach vacations. But if they spotted you swimming in the ocean, they would not attack immediately. This is because human size is too small compared to them. Megalodon sharks were enormous, with a length of at least 16 meters. Therefore, they needed a lot of food. Scientists estimate this giant shark species needed to consume at least 1,200 kilograms of fish per day. To meet their caloric needs, they might attack marine mammals like whales and dolphins. Thus, humans are definitely not their primary target for attack. Each megalodon tooth is as big as a human hand. Unlike humans, sharks can grow new teeth continuously every week or two. Throughout their lives, they can replace teeth up to 40,000 times. Scientists estimate megalodon had a lifespan of up to 100 years. Although humans are not the preferred prey of this giant shark, their insatiable appetite still harms us in other ways. With their massive eating capacity, this species certainly severely depletes ocean fish populations. As a result, the fishing industry would suffer heavy losses. To this day, scientists still haven't explained why Megalodon disappeared from Earth. But there are many hypotheses that climate change made the oceans too cold for them. Particularly, one factor contributing to their extinction was prey migrating to colder waters, reducing their food source. Megatherium was a genus of giant ground sloths, living from 2 million to 8,000 years ago. Unlike their living relatives, Megatherium was one of the largest land mammals ever to exist. Weighing up to 5 tons, equivalent to an African elephant. Although primarily moving on 4 legs, footprints show it could walk on 2 legs. When standing upright on its hind legs, it was twice as tall as an elephant, about 6 meters. This group of ground sloths resembled anteaters, walking on the edges of their feet due to long claws preventing flat-footed walking. Megatherium was a member of the Pleistocene megafauna, a group of giant mammals living during the Pleistocene. Megatherium had a robust skeleton with a large pelvis and broad muscular tail. Its massive size allowed it to feed at heights that contemporary herbivores couldn't reach. Standing on strong hind legs and using its tail as a tripod, Megatherium could support its heavy body weight, while using long claws on its front legs to pull down tasty branches. It's believed to have had a long tongue to pull leaves into its mouth, similar to modern tree sloths. Recent morphological analysis indicates it was adapted for strong vertical biting. Their teeth were of the hypsodont type, with high-crowned teeth and short roots, and Dilophodont with 2 horizontal ridges, each ridge triangular with sharp edges. This suggests their teeth were for tearing rather than grinding. And rough, hard food wasn't a main component of their diet. There's a misconception that saber-toothed cats hunted Megatherium. But these giant ground sloths were too large for big cats to attack. Previously, Lysette Farina and Aaron Tobian analyzed Megatherium bone fossils and discovered the bone sample where the thigh muscle attached was very short. This characteristic is seen in carnivores and optimized for speed rather than strength. Researchers say this might have allowed Megatherium to use its claws like daggers. From this they concluded that due to food-scarce environments, Megatherium might have stolen prey from Smilodon. Some adult Glyptodon fossils exist, where these creatures died on their backs. This suggests Megatherium sought out or hunted this species, as no other South American mammal at that time could flip over an adult Glyptodon. This species is known to have lived in forest and grassland areas, and is thought to have been endemic to South America. Little is known about this giant ground sloth, but it's thought they lived in groups or solitary in burrows. For millions of years, no predators threatened them, so they could have been diurnal foragers, needing long nighttime rest to support digestion. Gigantopithecus was a genus of ape that existed from 9 billion to 100,000 years ago. in areas that are now China, India, and Vietnam. This means Gigantopithecus lived contemporaneously and in the same locations as early human forms like Homo erectus. Fossils also show that Gigantopithecus brechi was the largest ape in history. Standing up to 3 meters tall when upright and weighing up to 540 kilograms. It likely moved on all fours and ate grass, mainly bamboo, possibly supplemented with seasonal fruits. However, recent theories suggest its diet may have varied depending on its habitat. Although we don't know for sure why Gigantopithecus went extinct, researchers believe the cause was climate change and competition with better adapted species. Notably, many teeth of this species have been found in Luchun Cave in Luzhou, Guangxi, China. But fossils have also been discovered in other areas of Vietnam and India. These findings suggest that Gigantopithecus' foraging range was in Southeast Asia. The first fossil specimen of this species was found by van Koningswald in 1935 in a pharmacy. Fossil teeth and bones were once ground into powder and used in some traditional Chinese medicine remedies. Van Koningswald named this hypothetical species Gigantopithecus, and since then, fewer fossils have been discovered. The locomotion method of this species remains unclear due to the lack of pelvic or leg bones found. But the prevailing view is that it walked on all fours like modern gorillas and chimpanzees. However, a minority opinion suggests they walked on 2 legs, the view supported by Robert Grant. But based only on a few jaw fossils that have been found. All of them have a U shape and widen towards the back. This creates space for the windpipe to be completely enclosed within the jaw, allowing the skull to sit upright on the spine as in modern humans, rather than tilting forward as in other great apes. Additionally, the majority view is that the weight of such a large creature would place immense stress on the leg bones, ankles, and feet if it walked on 2 legs. Meanwhile, if it moved on all fours like gorillas, the weight would be more evenly distributed. In the past, Gigantopithecus was thought to be related to prehistoric humans, specifically to Oranopithecus based on molar evidence. But this is now considered a result of convergent evolution, because it went extinct about 100,000 years ago due to climate changes during the Pleistocene, which transformed forests into savanna vegetation and reduced fruit supplies. Long-necked lizards, or Plesiosauria, are a very famous family of marine reptiles from the Mesozoic era. Recent researchers discovered they had very large red blood cells, allowing them to dive much deeper than previously known. In the Mesozoic era, from 250 to 66 million years ago, Earth hosted a large number of marine reptiles, including these long-necked lizards. The last Plesiosauria lived alongside dinosaurs and evolved to have thick necks, with the Elasmosaurus being a typical example. Besides observing direct changes in appearance, researchers have tried to uncover the evolutionary path of long-necked lizards from fossils. Accordingly, zoologist Kaya Kapeler from the University of B and other biologists found that later Plesiosauria species had much larger red blood cells than earlier long-necked lizards. And this is considered a superior evolutionary method that helped them become larger and dive deeper. To further study the adaptability of long-necked lizards to deep-sea life, researchers created thin sections from the skeletons of various Plesiosauria species and compared them with large long-necked lizards living in shallow seas. The results fully aligned with previous speculations. During the expansion of their habitat into the deep sea, the red blood cells of Plesiosauria gradually became larger and became a typical evolutionary model for long-necked lizards. In November 2019, a study was published in the scientific journal BRJ titled "About the Marine Reptile Metriorhynchidae" and the hematological convergence of aquatic animals explaining the adaptation of long-necked lizards. Besides studying extinct Plesiosauria species, Researchers also analyzed modern marine animals, such as cetaceans, seals, penguins, and found that they have larger and denser red blood cells compared to their land-dwelling relatives. Larger and denser red blood cells help carry more oxygen, supporting these species in holding their breath and diving longer in the ocean. During repeated deep dives, Praetortian's red blood cells gradually became larger. The density of red blood cells also increased, allowing Praetortian to dive much longer and deeper than their ancestors. From an evolutionary perspective, this change is very beneficial, and this pattern is adopted by many marine organisms today. In modern marine animals, typically those in the order Proboscidea, unusually large red blood cells can be found in their bodies. In addition to developed red blood cells, each Praetortian species eventually accumulated more fat in their bodies. For example, the Adiponetic species living in the Antarctic seas during the late Cretaceous period could grow up to 14 meters long and weigh over 7 tons. Their bodies were covered by a thick layer of fat around the muscles. This fat layer helps keep them warm as they are warm-blooded animals. Praetortian fossils are often found together with fossils of Baranite and Ammonite in their stomachs. However, Praetortian could not break the shells of their prey but instead swallowed them whole. Inside Praetortian's stomach are stones called gatroids. These stones move within the stomach to break or crush the shells of the prey they have eaten. Isn't it frightening to think about these giant prehistoric creatures? It can be seen that from hundreds of millions of years ago, Earth has undergone remarkable advancements that eventually created small and intelligent humans like us among countless large creatures, helping us become the masters of Earth. What do you think about this? Please leave your comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Enigmatic Echoes channel so you don't. Now, our video ends here. Goodbye and see you again. Please subscribe to the Gian Migo channel so you don't miss exciting videos.